What if someone predicted your deepest struggles before you even knew them yourself? What if the chaos you feel inside, the pressure to conform, the emptiness behind success, was all seen coming by one man, Friedrich Nietzsche? He warned us about losing meaning. He saw modernity drowning in distraction. He called out the hollowness of comfort, and he was right. We live in a world of endless options, infinite information, yet so many of us feel lost. Why? Because we've built lives on borrowed beliefs. We wear masks to impress others and forget who we really are. And over a century ago, Nietzsche saw this coming, not just as a philosopher, but as a prophet of the human soul. This isn't just a history lesson, it's a wake-up call. So let's explore why Nietzsche believed we were heading toward a crisis of meaning, what he meant by God is dead, and how that still shapes our world, how to find strength when everything feels empty, the art of self-mastery, and most importantly, how to become who you truly are in a world that wants you to be anything but. Let's begin. Nietzsche lived in an age where God was still the foundation of morality, purpose, and identity. But he saw something no one wanted to admit. That belief systems were crumbling. People were clinging to outdated values while pretending they still worked. He wrote, "God is dead, God remains dead, and we have killed him. How shall we comfort ourselves, the murderers of all murderers?" This wasn't a celebration of atheism. It was a warning. Nietzsche didn't hate religion. He feared what would come after it. Without belief in higher truths, he feared we'd slip into nihilism, the belief that nothing really matters. And today, look around. We're surrounded by comfort, convenience, distractions, but also despair, anxiety, loneliness. Sound familiar? Nietzsche saw this coming. He knew that when you take away belief systems without replacing them with something meaningful, people don't become free. They become lost. Before the modern age, meaning came from tradition, community, family, faith. But now, we're free. Yes, but freedom without direction becomes overwhelming. We've replaced gods with influencers, sacred texts with self-help lists, prayer with productivity hacks, and yet, many of us still feel hollow. Nietzsche warned us. He said, "The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself." What does it mean to own yourself? To stop living by other people's scripts, to stop measuring your worth by likes, titles, or roles, to stop waiting for permission to create your life. That's the real danger of modern life. Not that we're wrong to seek happiness, but that we've outsourced the creation of meaning to anyone but ourselves. But here's the good news. Nietzsche didn't stop at the warning. He gave us a path forward through what he called the will to power. No, this isn't about power over others. It's about cultivating the inner strength to create your own values, to rise beyond the herd mentality. He believed suffering wasn't the enemy. It was the fuel. That struggle was necessary to create meaning. That true freedom comes not from avoiding pain, but from choosing your own path. One of his greatest ideas was the Übermensch, often mistranslated as Overman or Superman. But what he really meant was the one who creates their own values, the one who transcends conformity. In short, don't follow the crowd. Stop outsourcing your truth to others. Create your own meaning. Live your life as your highest art. Nietzsche didn't believe in fixed identities. He believed in becoming. He said, "You must be ready to burn yourself in your own flame. How could you rise anew if you have not first become ashes?" Growth requires destruction. To build a life of meaning, you must deconstruct the life you thought you should live. Ask yourself, what part of me needs to die? Is it fear? Is it the need to please everyone? Is it a limiting belief I've carried for years? Because every day you have a choice. Do I live according to what others expect of me? Or do I begin the hard, beautiful work of creating myself? One of Nietzsche's most misunderstood works is titled Beyond Good and Evil. He wasn't rejecting morality. He was asking us to question where our morals come from. Are they yours, or are they inherited? From parents, society, religion? He urged us to look beyond binary thinking, to question what we've been taught is right or wrong, because sometimes doing what others call evil is actually the path to your highest self. Sometimes saying no is more honest than saying yes. Sometimes walking away is braver than staying. True integrity isn't about following rules. It's about knowing which rules serve your becoming. Now, imagine this. You're told your entire life will repeat itself infinitely. Same choices, same regrets, same moments of joy and sorrow. Would you say yes or no? This is Eternal Return, one of Nietzsche's most powerful thought experiments. He didn't believe it was literally true, but he believed that how you answer this question reveals whether you're living a life worthy of repetition. Because if you wouldn't want to live your life exactly the same way again and again, maybe it's time to change it. What needs to shift? What needs to be reimagined? This isn't about escaping life. It's about embracing it fully. Here's my question for you. If your life repeated forever, would you say yes or no? Why? Tell me in the comments below. Let's grow together. This isn't just a video. It's a movement, a return to self-authorship, to courage, to depth. Nietzsche warned us. He saw the dangers of losing meaning. He foresaw the rise of shallow values and spiritual vacuity. But he gave us more than warnings. He gave us tools to face the abyss and still choose to live. He reminds us, the individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. If you try it, you will be lonely often, and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. So ask yourself, who am I becoming? What do I stand for? Am I living my truth or someone else's? Because in the end, you don't need permission to reinvent yourself. You already have within you everything you need to rise. If this spoke to you, take a moment. Reflect. Journal. Maybe revisit this video later. These ideas aren't just food for thought. They're tools for transformation. Hit like, subscribe. Turn on notifications, because more videos like this are coming, and you don't want to miss them. Until next time, stay curious, stay courageous, and keep becoming. Peace.